Hi there, everybody. Happy Friday. Yay, it's Friday. Okay, Friday, June 3rd. So, listen, your homework today is going to be to finish up your book club project if you are not able to finish it in school. Or we are trying to finish these up today. Hopefully, you are on the right track. So, that'll be your homework, though, to finish that up if you are not able to finish it today. So, let's work really hard today to focus and really be awesome. Remember, it's still not too late to earn demerits. You do not want to do that. You don't want to not be one of the people to join us on our trip. So do great, focus, get your project completed to the best of your ability. All right, you need your book club book. You need the social issues reading notes document. You might not need your book, but if you do, you can grab it. Okay, so let's just review the pages that you are working on to complete. So the first one, the main character slide, just make sure you get that one done. So you're putting in the names of two main characters and then you're really describing them. So just, when you think you're done too, go back and look at them and edit and make sure that you really added this stuff in. So you have pictures of your main characters. Oops, sorry. And oops, oh my God, where am I going? And then make sure you really, really, described them enough so that um, we get a really good idea of who your two main characters are, right? So you used enough detail from the whole story so we get a good picture of who they are, not one sentence, right? Multiple sentences to really tell us about your main character and their importance to the story. Okay, then you are doing the main character slides here. So I'm gonna stop this. Okay, so then you were doing the main character slides here, where you had the two of them. So you were picking your main characters that you did on that first page, and you were filling in your social issue, and then your character traits to describe how they dealt positively with that social issue, and then evidence from the text to show when they showed those traits, and then negative traits to show how that social issue affected them negatively, and then where in the text does it show that? So examples from the text. So again, really, when you do those examples from the text, be really specific, right? Show that your understanding of your characters and your understanding of the story by what you write. So make sure you write enough. And then you're using these pages in your note-taking doc so to help you. So make sure you go back to those because there was a reason why you filled those out. So make sure you use them. Okay, so there's two of those, right? There's two pages that you need to complete there. And then there's the relationship slides. So there's two of those too. So make sure you fill in who the relationship is between on each of those. So mine was Stargirl in the school community on this one, right? And then my other one was Stargirl and Leo. So there's two different relationships, right? So then the first side is the positive responses for that relationship, and then what is the response, and then the example from the text, and then the negative responses. So, what is the negative response, and then that example from the text, too. So, then you are using those relationship section in your note taking doc. So, make sure you go back to that because that is also going to help you complete these slides. So your next section is those important takeaway ideas. So that's where you're doing the common assumptions about people who are, and you're filling in here what that social issue was. So then you're writing a little blurb about those common assumptions that you came up with, and then how the text reinforced the common assumptions, and then how the text pushed back against the common assumptions. So you have that chart that you should have filled in your notes where you wrote those common assumptions people make about your social issue. and then where you saw it happening in the text, and then how the text challenged or pushed back against it. So really, you're just putting those ideas into sentences on this slide. And then connections. This one, you're just taking a lot of what your ideas are and putting them into, connecting it to yourself. So the part of the book that you connected with, and why it's meaningful to you. So again, this is more than one sentence here. You're really explaining, where you connected and then why, and why it's meaningful to you. And then the parts of the book that you'll use, again, kind of those character parts and the relationship parts to help you find those connections, those places where you connect. And then finally, the message learned. So, a lesson you learned from the book, and then what you learn about empathy and advocacy. Again, so you're kind of taking the ideas, the overall message from, finishing the book. What are you left with? Is it positive? Is it negative? And then turning that into sentences. And then you're using this big ideas and positive and negative message section there. Okay, so we want to try and finish all this up today. Hopefully, you can do that. Really be thoughtful about it. Again, go back and check over all of your work. You should be self-editing for your not only your ideas, but your spelling, punctuation, capitalization, that type of thing. You can also have somebody in your group check it over for you too for content as well as that grammar type of stuff. That would be a great idea if you guys kind of swapped Chromebooks and each checked each other's over to peer edit. That's, a really powerful thing for you to do. If and when you finish in Google Classroom, I'm putting a template where then you can create a comic story about anything. So just kind of for fun. So create a comic story about anything you choose. It can be about something you do, something you are good at or have been doing. It can be about something you want to try to do, or it can be a total fantasy story. You can be creative about it. So you're going to use the link to the Google Drawing that is attached to the post in Google Classroom to create your comic strip story. You're going to add in pictures and text boxes to tell your story. So pictures will go in the blank boxes, and then where the lines are, you can just put a text box there to add in text. So here's my example. So I wrote one about me and my dog. So, hey, mom, what are you doing? Are you busy? Want to play? I can't right now, Bean. I'm working. Sorry, maybe in a little bit. Aw, okay, but are you sure? I'm awfully cute. Well, all right. Do you want to go for a walk and get some ice cream? What? That's even better than I expected. Yes. I love you, Mom. So that's just my little story. So it's just kind of fun. You can be creative, or like I said, it could be fantasy, it could be, whatever you like. Just kind of fun and be creative with it. And then when you're done, I have these little meme things. So I put some pictures there with some thought bubbles, and in the thought bubbles, you can create a meme. So think about, what is the dog likely thinking in this moment? You're going to write and type his thoughts in the thought bubble text box. And then here's the raccoon. So what is the raccoon likely thinking in the moment? So you can write and type his thoughts in the thought bubble. And then what is the cat likely thinking in the moment? Write and type his thoughts in the thought bubble. And then what is the baby seal likely thinking in the moment? Write and type his thoughts in the thought bubble. So two kind of just fun things you can do if and when you're done. You need to finish your project first. So here are my examples here. Is that chicken? I love chicken. Can I have a bite? And then my raccoon, I'm going to get your garbage tonight. Be prepared. And then my cat, if I have to make one more teaching video. And then the seal. Mrs. Miller, I have a question. Okay, so these are only if you finish your comic story. So when you finish, only when you finish your project. So when you finish your project, create the comic story, create memes, check Power School, complete any missing work, read. But your project needs to be fully completed and turned in Google Classroom first. Okay, I hope you have an awesome day. Be great. I want a really, really positive note left. I don't want any negative notes or demerits. All right. All right. See you guys Monday.